everyone, it's Brenda with Busy Bees Custom Creations. Hope you guys are doing well. So I thought I would pop on here and make a quick tutorial for you guys, because I have my grandkids and I know I won't be able to go live. So I'm going to be making this sign and ribbon. I have this cream ribbon and then this really pretty like ornament ribbon. So we're going to use that. I do have like 3 sets of these if anybody is interested in this sign and ribbon. I will post the link below. So what we're going to do is we are going to do the poof method with this goldish kind of mesh. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me move you down. Okay, isn't this pretty? Oh my gosh, love this mesh. I thought it would go really well with the sign and the ribbons, so that's what we're going with. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and gather it together and scrunch it up, and I'm going to start on the inner row just before one of the pipe cleaners, and I'm going to zip tie that into place. Okay, now this is just a step I do. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I kind of have gotten in the habit of doing it, so you know. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cut this off and get started. Okay, I'm going to do poofs, so I'm going to make sure that those edges stay tucked under, and I'm going to do 10-inch or 12-inch poofs on the top row. Let me get all these out of the way. And this is a 14-inch wreath frame from the Dollar Tree. And if you guys have never seen how I do that, I do have videos on how I do that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put a poof in each of, look at that. Oh, isn't that pretty? I love it. Okay, again, I'm going to measure 12 inches and go to the next set. Now, I kind of do it a little different. I do the 12-inch on the inner row and then the 10-inch on the bottom, because the pipe cleaners on the bottom are closer together. So that's why I do a little bigger poof on the inner row and a little smaller one on the outer row. Again, 12 inches and into the pipe cleaner. Okay. And look at that. I mean, oh, this mesh is just gorgeous. So again, I'm going to keep those edges tucked under and measure 12 inches. And then open that poof up. Those kind of, you know, kind of reminds me of gold flecks. And I went with the black and the gold theme for this. I think it looks very elegant. Okay, so we are one more to go here on the inner row. Nice and tight. Here we are at the last one, again 12 inches. Now we're at that first pipe cleaner, and so when we do it this way, when we put this over there, it hides that zip tie that we put on there, okay? Excuse me. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go to the outer row. And we're just going to go ahead and gently, we don't want to yank on it, just gently pull it down I'm just going to do one in that because when we come back around, we're going to use that again. So this time, like I said, on the outer row, I'm just doing 10-inch poofs because the pipe cleaners are closer together. And that way our poofs will be the same size. Okay. Again, keep those edges tucked under. There's our 10 inches. And this one is a half one. So again, we're not going to put any ribbons in that. So we're going to just go ahead and tuck that under and out of the way. Again, tuck it under. And 10 inches. You want to make sure you get that tied nice and tight so they don't come undone. And remember, we're just keeping that edge tucked under. 10 inches. Now this is a half pipe cleaner. So when we put this in, we're going to go ahead and twist that a couple of times and then just push that back and wrap it around the frame so it's out of the way. Okay, and then open up that tie. Again, tuck under, 10 inches. Now when I do the poof method, I like to go ahead and do the crisscross method afterwards because A, it uses up the whole roll of mesh. And I don't like to have like partial rolls of mesh laying around. That kind of drives me insane. And also it'll cover up any holes that you may have. Now with this mesh, you really wouldn't see them if you had holes. But I just kind of like to do it to use up the roll. It's totally up to you. If you don't want to do it that way, that's fine. But look at the sparkle in this mesh. Ugh. And again, 10 inches. And we are halfway around the outer row. And you can see there are some little gaps there. So that is, you know, another reason why I like to just go ahead and after I do the poof method, I like to come, you know, finish the roll and do that crisscross. So now this is a half one, so we're just going to tuck this out of the way. Open up that tie. And tuck that under. 10 inches. Open it up. Now if you don't want to open them up as you're going along, you can always wait and open all your poofs up at the end. I just like to do it as I'm going to kind of see how it's looking. But again, that's totally up to you how you want to handle that. Now this is a half pipe cleaner, so I'm going to go ahead and tuck that out of the way again. And open up my poof. There's your 10 inches. And here's full pipe cleaners. Okay, and with this one, this last loop, we're going to be back at the beginning, and then we're going to start that crisscross. So remember I told you that we only tuck that first one or twist that first tie once. So we are going to undo that to put this in. Okay, and then we're going to twist that nice and tight several times so it doesn't come out, and tuck that under. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do that crisscross. So now what I do is I'm going to take it, I'm on the outer row. I'm going to keep the edges tucked under. I'm going to go to the first pipe cleaner on the inner row, and I don't measure these. I just kind of eyeball them. You don't want them too tight or too loose. Okay, open that up a little bit. And now we're going to go to the full-size pipe cleaner on the outer row. So you're just going to crisscross back and forth to kind of fill up any gaps that you have with your mesh. Open that up. Okay, now you're on the outer row, so you're going to take it and go to the next full-size pipe cleaner on the inner row. Okay, open that up. Like that. Okay. Keep going around with those edges tucked under. Now I'm going to the next full-size pipe cleaner on the outer row. And again, these poofs I don't measure. I just kind of wing it so you can see this area is a little fuller. Okay, now we're going to go to the inner pipe cleaner. Okay, open that up. Now we're going to keep those edges tucked under. Go to the outer one. And this way it uses up all of your mesh and it makes for a nice full wreath. You just keep tucking those edges under. And then we're on the outer row, so you're going to go to the inner row. So this is called the Pouf crisscross method, because you do the poof first and then the crisscrosses. I did design one that you do the crisscross as you do your poofs, and that's a little different. I have more pipe cleaners on that, and it's just set up a little differently. It's very similar. Now I know it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but this is the side that's been doubled already, and this is the side that I didn't do the crisscross yet. And you can see it is a little thinner, not by much, because this mesh is the total coverage mesh, you know, with the sparkles all along. They call it the, I don't remember what they call it. Let me see. It has it on here. Nope, it just says Deco Mesh. Okay, so we're going to keep going on the outer row. My pipe cleaners like to get stuck in there. You want to make sure you get those pipe cleaners nice and tight so they don't come loose on you. And I think one more, and then we're back at the beginning. And with that, we've pretty much used up the whole roll. A little bit more left, but not much. Okay, so we're going to do this last one, and then we are done with our mesh. Okay, and we'll go ahead and cut that off. Okay, we're going to tuck that under to the back, like that. And then I like to just go ahead and zip tie that into our wreath frame here. And that way we know it's not going to go anywhere. go. Okay, now we have a nice full wreath base, like so. Okay, so now look how pretty this sign's going to look against that. Isn't that great? I love it. So let's go ahead and get our ribbons on. Now I never show you guys how I cut my ribbons, so I thought I would show you. I went ahead and cut the 1.5 inch already. So what I normally do is I have, this is the Measure Buddy from Unique in the Creek. I love this thing. Okay, and it has measurements. So if you keep it closed, it is 8 inches. And then as you pull it open, it has dimensions on it. So if you pull it to 1, you can cut your ribbon to 9 inches, 10, 11, 12, 14. And then if you want it longer, you pull this side and you can do 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I love this because it's easy to get the ribbon off and on. I've used other ones that it kind of gets stuck on there and then you can't get it off. So I'm going to do mine to 12 inches. So I'm going to just push this in to the 12-inch mark right there. You guys see that? Okay, and then it has these little holders on here. So you just slide your ribbon in there and line it up to the edge here. Okay, and I need 12 of them. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I do have an affiliate link for this. It is in the description. Like I said, I highly recommend this. So there's your 12 pieces. You just want to count to make sure you have 6 on each side. Okay, and once you do, I just push this closed. So then you can just release your ribbon very easily. I found with those other measures, wooden ones, that it's hard to get your ribbon off once you cut it or once you wrap it around there. Okay, so I flatten it out and then I find the center and I just cut. Now you can cut it right on there. I still find it easier to cut it off of the Measure Buddy. And then I am just going to cut my ribbons. Okay, I'm going to do the dovetail, so I'm going to fold them in half. You're going to cut from the fold to the wired edge. Okay, and do the other side. So I tend to do all this before I get on camera. Makes it go quicker, but I thought, I haven't shown you this in a while. Again, you want to cut from the fold to the wired edge. And if you have a good pair of scissors, it'll really cut through a nice amount. And I mean, don't stress if they're not all exactly the same length. It really doesn't matter. No one is going to know that they're not, exactly the same. Okay. Just put them together like that. And just like that, I have 12 cut to the exact length that I want. Okay, so I love this Measure Buddy. I would highly recommend it to anyone. Okay, so I already have my 1.5 inch cut. So I'm going to take my 2.5 and my 1.5. I'm going to stack one on top of the other. I'm going to fold it in half. Find that center. And then kind of make that little birdie with it. And then I'm going to put one in each of the pipe cleaners. Okay. Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. Now, the sign is black, so the sign's really going to pop. And if you see on this ribbon, it kind of looks like, I don't know, it's kind of black and gold leopard print. Well, I didn't have any leopard print balls. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to go with the black theme to kind of help them stand out. So I do have some black Christmas balls. Now you could use black, you could use cream, you could use gold. I went with the black because I'm going to kind of get them to stand out. And it's not exactly what's on the ribbon, but it's close enough that it's going to work. And they're really going to stand out, so it's going to be nice. So again, these ribbons are cut to 12 inches. And I just fold them in half. Let's find that center. And then do my little birdie. And this, without the sign or the ornaments on it, kind of looks monochromatic, which I really like as well. So if you wanted to go all monochromatic, you could do that as well. But I think when I put the ornaments on and the sign on, it's really going to all come together. And then see about a bow. And I'm not getting rid of these pipe cleaners because, like I said, I am going to put the ornaments on and they will help to hold those on. Now, if you wanted to, instead of going all monochromatic with the ribbon, you could use black ribbon or gold ribbon. It's totally up to you the look you want to go for. Because you're going to see when I put the sign and the ornaments on, they are going to really pop and make this wreath look awesome. I'm going to have some black ribbon here. Okay. So again, we're just going to keep going around. Find our pipe cleaners so they kind of get lost in there. Now you could also use black mesh. I thought about using the black mesh, but then I really wanted the sign to stand out. And I thought about using the gold Christmas ornaments, but again, I want the Christmas ornaments to stand out as well. So I'm going to go with the black Christmas ornaments against this, and it's going to look amazing. Something a little different rather than your reds and whites, that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm going for here. But you can always stay traditional if you want. But a lot of people like the gold. I really like the gold as well. And the black and the gold just really make it pop. Isn't that pretty? I really like it. Against the cream, the beige, the gold. Just a couple more here to go. And then I don't know if we're going to make a bow or not. We'll see. Okay. One more after this. Again, just to recap, the mesh is 10-inch mesh that we did poofs with. And we did 12-inch poofs on the inner row, because the pipe cleaners are a little closer together. And then we did 10-inch poofs on the outer row because the pipe cleaners are a little closer, and that way your poofs are all the same size. And then we did the ribbons at 12 inches. Okay, last one. And then we'll get our sign on and our ornaments on. And I think we're not going to do a bow this time. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this sign on. I think I'm going to put the sign right in the middle. You see how that really makes that sign pop, the black on the sign? So I'm going to put a hole in each of the corners, because I am going to put it right in the center. And then we'll get our ornaments on, and we will be done. Like I said, I have 3 of these kits with the sign and the mesh combo. I just bought a couple of them, and they'll be listed in my shop as well. And this is 26 gauge floral wire, and you do want to be careful because it is sharp. I have poked myself many times. Okay, so just cutting that, putting it right through that little hole. And I use the silver because honestly you just don't even see it when you're putting it in your wreath. And I'm just cutting about, I don't know, 15 to 20 inch pieces. I always like to make them longer than I need them just in case. Okay, so we have one more here. Last one. Excuse me. Okay, that's on. And we'll get our sign attached. I like to use these needles. They work so well. So I just feed that in there, and then I'm just going to feed it right down into and through the deco mesh. Okay, and you don't want to do it too tight. You don't want your sign to shrink into your mesh. I like to do the catty corner ones. Gets it set up really well. Again, this just feeds it right through the mesh, and it works really well. And then just wrap it around your frame. I like to try to find the crossbars, so that way your sign doesn't slide all over the place. Okay. So right now I was able to put it on 3 crossbars, so it's really going to hold there nicely. And then with this last one, and honestly, it just goes right through that mesh. And 4 crossbars. I got lucky. Normally I don't get that many crossbars. I usually get 1 or 2. Okay, so let's pull our ribbons out from here. Obviously we're not going to use these, so we're going to cut those off. Tuck that under, pull that out. Same with this one. And all I'm doing is I'm just twisting that together and then cutting it off and tucking it under. Pulling that ribbon out there. Okay, Same thing here. Tuck that under. We might get an ornament in there. We'll see. I don't know. Okay. All right. So now I have my sign on, and I'm going to now attach my ornaments. So like I said, I went with the black because I really want them to pop against the gold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this pipe cleaner and just wrap it around and kind of make a little circle. I don't know if you guys can see that right there. And then I'm going to take my ornament, I'm going to dip it in the glue. You want to get a good amount on there. And then just put it right into that and right into the deco mesh. And then that's going to really help your ribbons stay where you want them. Okay, just like that. So that's what we're going to do all the way around here. And these are just all different styles of the black ornaments. And I'm not really worried about what ornament goes where. I'm just going to kind of put them in next to each other. And you're going to see how these black ornaments are really going to stand out against that. Okay, we'll put one up here. Gold glue strings here. Turn my pot down. I had turned it up so it would get nice and hot. Okay, again, we're just going to kind of make a little circle with that. We're going to grab one of our balls, dip it in our glue pot, and then put it right into that pipe cleaner. And then just hold it there for a second so that it kind of grips on there. You do kind of want to fix your tails before you put that in there, because that's going to help kind of really keep those ribbons where you want them as well. Now some of these have glitter on them, some of them don't. Oop, that one just fell right into the glue pot. And that one is covered in glue. Okay, so that one's really going to hold on there. Okay. So again, we're just going to keep going around, doing the same thing. Let's get this one. And pop that right in there and right into the mesh. Again, I really like the way, I know there's gold Christmas ornaments on the sign, but I kind of wanted to bring out the black in the ornaments, so that's why I went with the black ornaments. But I really love how this is coming along. Okay, so we have 2 more ornaments and then we are done. Again, I'm just kind of creating a circle for that ornament to kind of sit in. Okay, just like that. And then I want to push it down into that deco mesh. We have one more here. And then we're all done. Again, I'm putting a good amount of glue on there and then just pushing it right into that pipe cleaner and right into the mesh. Okay, and there we go. Pull that up so you guys can see it. Isn't that pretty? look at that. I love the black against the gold and how the ornaments really stand out. I really, really love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I will be back again soon. God bless you. Have a great rest of your night. Bye.